My name's Melanie, and I have a child who started IM when she was 8 years old. When she went through the second time, she was in the single digits for IM, and she said that felt so good. And it's very rare. I mean, she was 9 years old the second time she went through, and so I think that that was just a wonderful accomplishment for her, and she felt very good about that. And I felt very happy for her as well.
Now, you know that if you read my blog much, I do say 18 is magic. There's something about it where they just internally feel very confident, very self-aware, very content. It feels very good. And could you tell a difference when she reached the teens in her behavior at all?
Frustration level was down, her confidence was up, and it was like she had already been somewhere else. She'd been in the high digits, and she knows what it feels like to be frustrated and to be disorganized in your brain, and just the way all of that feels. And then when you hit the teens and you get, I mean, she was getting 10s, 18s, 15s, 16s. So all of them, below that 18, she knew that she could do it. It's like she had that internal confidence. And so she was able to get through anything, even with her schoolwork, not only with behavior, but with everything. I mean, she knew I could do it because she's been somewhere else. And now she knew that she could, if she can get through that, then she could get through anything. When she reached the teens, I feel that as far as behavior was concerned, she was able to self-regulate more. She was able to sort of stop herself, and instead of exploding like you could see on her face, like she would just be getting frustrated and upset and angry, and she just kind of stop. And she kind of breathe, because that's what we've taught her to do, is to breathe. And she would self-regulate herself, calm herself down, and then after she was calm, then she would try to deal with the problem. Whatever was frustrating her at that point in time, then she would go and deal with it in a much more appropriate manner than she would have pre-IM.
And pre-18?
Yes, definitely pre-18. Definitely, yeah. Because when she was in the higher digits for IM, you could see that she still got frustrated easier. And you could see it because she would physically show us that. I mean, her hands would ball up, she'd kind of raise her shoulders up, and she would look angry with her face, upset. And once she got to the digits, she would still do a little bit of the tensing. And her hands might be a little balled, but then you could see her just kind of stop. And it's almost like her brain is saying, you know what? You can do this, and it's okay. And she would take a breath, and her shoulders would come back down, and her hands would untense, and she'd breathe, and then she would go about solving the problem.
So there was a cognitive control element that came online at about 18.
There was a cognitive control element that did come online about 18.
Very good. All right. Nice job. Nice job.